to another edition of the 2024 Draft Spotlight Show. We've got Florida lefty, Florida masher, Jac Caglianone, the pride of Tampa, Florida. Jack, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Good. Appreciate you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for joining the show. Let's kick this thing off the way that we always kick it off. Jack, tell people, who is Jac Caglianone? Who are you on the field? Who are you off the field? Hobbies, passions? How do you kill your spare time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a pretty energetic guy on and off the field. Really just enjoy playing hard and having fun out there with my teammates. Off the field, spend a lot of time in the woods, hunting or fishing back home. So that's really all I do.
How's Gainesville changed you? Because you've got, let's put it this way, you've got prospect pedigree. People know Jac Caglianone going back to high school. How's Gainesville and Sully and the Gators, like how has it shaped you as a player and a person?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Drawman, Sully, and Coach Kopp and Taylor Black, they've all played a very big role in kind of getting me, I guess, to where I am right now. Spend countless hours with me, helping me refine my game, and I definitely, wouldn't be where I am without Florida. So it's pretty awesome.
Let's circle back. I gotta hit on this right away. 33 homers. 33 homers in one season, new BB core record. Jack, what do you think of that? Did you ever think that that was going to be something that was on your baseball card?
No, I mean, going into the season last year, I was like, if I can hit like 15 homers, hit, above 320, like that's a good year. And, I get there halfway through the season and I'm like, okay, well, let's see how far we can take this thing. Once I got to the school record at A&M with 27, I was like, all right. So I think we had like 3 weekend series left before playoffs. I was like, all right, this is pretty doable. So, tried not to think about it, but it was kind of in the back of the mind the whole time. And not going to say it was very beneficial to be thinking about hitting home runs. Usually that's not really how it works. But yeah, I was just trying to go out there, enjoy it. And, if it happened, it happened. And thankfully it did.
Certainly didn't slow you down. I mean, you performed through the end of the season, hitting behind or hitting around. It depended on the game, but hitting alongside Wyatt Langford and also learning a bit from Judd Fabian in your first year. What did that mean to you? What did you learn playing around those hitters?
Um, um, Being around Wyatt for 2 years was, probably one of the best things that ever happened. He's the most hardworking dude you'll ever meet. He lives in the cages, lives in the weight room. I mean, you could tell he's really keeping his body in great shape and all that. But kind of just picking his mind and seeing the way that he went about his business was kind of set me on the path for this year and, to lead the other guys and stuff. He was a quiet leader, but a very vocal one at times. And, just being around somebody as good as he is and as great as he's going to be, it's something that I'll definitely, I'll take a lot of pride in that, for a long time.
This is a show that likes to dive into the metrics and some data and kind of quantify how talented a player is. You've got to be aware of how hard you hit the baseball last year, right? Like, how much do you pay attention to the data? Do you pay attention to TrackMan? Like, you realize how hard you hit a baseball.
Yeah, I mean, like they sometimes throw up like your exit velocities on home runs on scoreboards every once in a while. I think I hit like a double, like 120 or something last year down the line. But other than I think Cincinnati was the hardest one that I hit last year. I think it was 118
Mm-hmm.
home run at least. So then you have a weekend like Ole Miss where everything was like 100 plus, which is pretty cool.
What's that feel like? I mean, it probably doesn't feel like anything on your hands, right? It's probably that sweet spot is a pretty familiar territory for you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really feel like you're impacting the baseball. You just almost like a dry hack and seeing it just kind of shoot off the barrel. It's fun to watch. I mean, it's fun to do. Yeah.
So what's on the checkbox for 2024? Obviously, there's some places in your offensive game where you can kind of refine things, polish it up a little bit. What are you focusing on this fall, and how do you look to improve?
Yeah, I mean, really just eliminating, chasing as much, staying true to the zone, having a better feel for the strike zone, and um, just giving myself the best opportunity to have success and help my team win. Um, Checklist for the season. I mean, it's obviously to get back to Omaha and, got some unfinished business there. And I think as a team, we have more than enough talent to get us back over there. We got a great freshman class that came in, a bunch of good arms, good position guys, and our transfer portal class. We got some vets, we got some sophomores, juniors, and you know Colby Shelton's now my roommate, so it's pretty sweet having him, along with Brody Donay, who's got ridiculous power. So we
Yeah.
we have all that we need to get back there, and as long as we just keep working hard, we'll get there.
Jack, I mean, everyone that's watching this interview knows that you're one of the most decorated two-way players that the game has probably seen in 7 years, going back to Brendan McKay. You've made huge strides on the mound. You've shortened up your elbow spiral. You've shortened up your arm action. How much pride, like how much emphasis are you putting into your ability to pitch moving forward? I've also heard, before you answer, that you're now touching 101 from the left side. Excuse me?
Yeah, a couple times. Not yesterday, but the outing prior. Yeah. You know, my biggest thing was, you got to eliminate the walks on the mound, and um, that was the thing that kind of handicapped me a little bit throughout the year. And I put a lot of emphasis on that in the off season. Really just focused on kind of attacking it differently rather than doing the same thing and expecting different results. So with the help of Coach Kopp and Soley, um, and I met with Cliff Lee and talked to him and picked his brain about a bunch of stuff, which was really awesome. And now I feel like I found like a nice happy medium with everything, and it's been going well.
That sounds like it. So you speak with Cliff, you speak with coaches. Was it kind of their idea to say, hey, why don't we just simplify this a little bit on the back, get moving towards the plate a little bit more efficiently? Like, what was the idea with shortening that arm action?
Well, it was honestly more so my idea.
Okay.
Me working with you know um, Cliff and had some other help, and we thought that that would kind of be more beneficial to being more consistent. And turned out like that's not the case. It kind of started moving a little too quick, so started to kind of feel back to that little longer arm action, and ended up settling somewhere right in the middle, and that's kind of what I've been sticking with, and it's been playing.
How about the secondaries? Because the slider was really good at times last year. I know you kind of flirted with a changeup as well. How are those coming along? And do you expect to kind of see a jump in those in 2024?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, worked well yesterday, so hopefully, hopefully,
Yes, sir.
that keeps going. Everything feels great. I mean, on the mound, feeling good at the plate. Um, but I'm really just excited to see this team compete. I'm ready to do my part. I know everybody else is ready to have the spring come by, and we're just counting down the days till February.
What was it like wearing the stars and stripes on your chest this past summer, playing for Team USA? Like, what does that mean to you?
I mean, that was kind of something that I've always wanted to do. So when I got the opportunity to do that, it's kind of just like one of those like childhood dreams. You grow up watching the WBC, and any opportunity that you can get to wear the uniform, it's something that I take a lot of pride in. And thankfully, my roommate Neely, he was up there with me, so we got plenty of time with each other, probably too much time together, but it was a great experience being around all like the best of the best in college baseball, and forming new relationships. I still talk to just about everybody from that team, and we're all picking each other's brains still and figuring out what works for one another. So it was a great experience.
All right, I'll leave you with this, then we'll get to some questions out of left field. Um, what's the most adversity that you've faced on the baseball field to this point? Obviously, you've found a lot of success, but what is kind of that moment where you've struggled and had to battle, and what did you take away from that?
I mean, would going through Tommy John kind of count?
That would certainly count.
I mean, like the PT and stuff's off the field, but yeah, I mean, probably that. You know, you come into college your freshman year, you're expecting to make an impact and help your team win, and kind of gets taken away from you suddenly. Mine happened like a week before we got to campus for summer B, and I didn't really know what my college career was going to entail. It was, definitely not something that I had seen coming, and I just told myself that I'm going to work. I'm going to work this extremely hard and make sure that I come back stronger than ever. And you know, seems to be the way it's trending. And yeah, I mean, pulling the red shirt freshman year and deciding to hit was, it was playing with house money. You're just sitting there and you're like, you know what? I wanted to contribute. I'm not the type of guy that likes sitting on the sidelines. So once I was able to do that and help a little bit on the offensive side, I mean, it was great. It definitely took a long time for me to like trust everything,
Yeah,
the surgery and finally getting confident with everything. And now it's all in the rearview mirror. And it's just full gas forward.
I like it. I'm going to hit you with a question I actually haven't asked another player. It's kind of a wrinkle. So let's say at the next level or at Florida this year, you get a walk-up song. I'm going to give you the next 25 years of your career. What's the only walk-up song that you would choose for the next 25 years of your career as an offensive player? But also, let's say you end up in the bullpen at any point. What's the one song you want to come out of the bullpen to as well?
Out of the bullpen, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, "Bury My Bones" by Whiskey Myers is probably a good pitching song.
That
It's
works.
probably what I'm gonna rock this year. I had a good year with "Mirror Song" by Nardo Wick at the plate, so I'm kind of scared to switch it up. So I'm probably gonna stick with that and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I think you should stick with
Exactly.
something there. I like it. Okay, I'll leave you with this. It's the last question I always ask everyone. You've done Team USA, you've done Florida. You've obviously been around a ton of really, really talented players. Out of those players, who's the one guy, no shot, you're going to let him date your sister? And you can't say Colby Shelton because it's a that's a cop out.
Nah,
He's
nah,
in the
nah.
next room over.
Probably Lavalette, honestly.
Really, Jace?
Jace. Yeah.
What is it about Jace? Is it because you guys are too similar with the nukes from the left side?
Yeah, that and he's got too much energy for me. He's got too
I
much
like
energy
it.
for me sometimes. I just need, you know, just those chill people. Jace, don't take it the wrong way, but
Well, good news for you, Jack. I actually am not going to interview Jason until next year, so maybe you'll get a reprieve. He's a 2025. But hey, you guys have big things going in Gainesville. I think you're up to a huge year in 2024. For your sake, maybe we see Jac Caglianone go #1 overall, Jace Laviolette go #1 overall in 2025. We're a long ways away from that. Go get him this year, and hopefully you put together a big campaign.
yes, sir. Thank you.